We continue to learn more about a racially motivated attack that left 3 people dead. We are also now hearing from law enforcement.
Joining us this morning is retired Jacksonville Sheriff's Officer Director Tom Hackney. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I would say good morning, but there's nothing about this that's good. So.
Right. And, it's been nearly 24 hours since this incident. Can you talk to us about what is likely happening now behind the scenes during this investigation?
Since all we've learned from yesterday, the real look is to look at what this suspect has done in his life that led up to this, and you really want to look at his associations. These type of people tend to work together or group together. Their ideology, the way that they think, and the hate that they spew tends to draw them to each other. So you want to see who he knows. You really want to be looking at the firearms that he used. Where did he get those? We talked to some about that yesterday during my appearance, and that's a big piece of what investigators, both local and federally, will be doing today. Really trying to figure out if he bought those legally, if he obtained them some other way, and the true history of those firearms. It paints a picture of him. It paints a picture of his intentions, but it also could paint a picture of accomplices that he may have. There's not much more to look at with him because he's thankfully no longer with us. But who else could he be working with? Who else could he be associating with, talking to, and leads questions.
So, Tom, I'm just going to ask you point blank. It's not lost on us that yesterday also marked 5 years since the tragedy at the landing. You were with JSO when that happened. What went through your mind, and how does that play into the investigation?
And with these mass shootings, it tends to fall on anniversary dates for whatever reason. The anniversary dates are ones that they like to keep bringing up. I was with JSO when that other mass shooting happened. That was truly almost like one of the first gut punches that we had. In recent times, it kind of brought Jacksonville into the main spotlight of some of these mass shootings. Yesterday was the same kind of thing, and it makes you sick to your stomach. Dealing with the violent crime throughout a career, you never get used to it. You never get used to the loss and the ability to just be affected by it. But yesterday was especially something that when you started learning detail after detail that was associated with this, senseless isn't the word. You see this and it's a gut punch that these type of people with so much hate in their heart live in this city, live in this country. There's so many things about Jacksonville that are just amazing. And here we are that we share the air with people that are just so incomprehensibly hateful that it just makes you sit back and wonder. And, as the investigator, all these folks that are out there, men and women from local and federal, these are people doing the job, and their heart hurts too. I can guarantee you, city leaders, their heart hurts, but nobody's heart hurts more than the family of these 3 people that were killed yesterday. And my gosh, it's truly something that it's got to stop, because this guy isn't alone. There are other people out there, and there could be somebody today watching this with a hate-filled heart, just like this guy from yesterday. That's one is too many.
Absolutely. And we know this is affecting everyone, including law enforcement and first responders. Are they getting resources and assistance on how to deal with this as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of training that we get over the years that deal with these kind of things. You're trained in things that happen more frequently because you're more expected them to come in contact with them more often. These kind of hate crimes you do receive training with. But again, there's nothing that can prepare you for evil. I can't train into a law enforcement officer how to deal with and mentally associate with evil, thankfully. And these men and women still have their job to do, and they will still do it, and they do it amazing. But it's still there's a little piece of you that dies with each one of these cases that you have, just because it breaks your heart. The cases that I've worked over the years, if I shut my eyes and think about, I can draw every one of them back up. it's not a good thing, but it's part of what you deal with in the job.
Former JSO Director Tom Hackney. I remember the Lonzie Barden case, and you were the face of that. So thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. Thank you, and be safe.
Thank you all very much.